Well, I've been waiting for this day for almost 3 weeks. I got my level 2 charger installed yesterday, and I'm set to be feasting on homegrown electrons. No more of those expensive gourmet electrons that you get at the commercial level 2 charger. Here in Nova Scotia, currently it's about 18.5 cents per kilowatt hour. And when you go to a level 2 charger commercially, you're looking usually around 29-30 cents a kilowatt hour, let alone a fast charger. Which actually is not that bad by comparison. If you go to the Irving stops, I've seen those at 45 cents a kilowatt hour. And the Nova Scotia Power ones, ironically enough, are kind of one of the more expensive ones. They can hit over 60, 69 cents in some cases. I think that's actually what they charge as a standard rate, which is a lot, again, to the power company. So I got bargain basement homegrown electrons coming out of my wall now, and I'm going to plug in and start my very first charge on my own electrons. There we go. Simple as that. So I've kind of been wondering this, just plugged in, and what I'd like to do is see how much charge I can get within I guess 1 hour. Kind of a question that has been on my mind. So let's have a look at where we are right now, and we can start our clock running. So there we are, 1:30 with 39%. I actually drove around last night for a little bit, thinking I was going to do this. So get it down into the sweet spot. Some of you may know there's a bit of a charging curve, and as you get up towards the 80% mark, or up actually above 80%, but the more you have in the battery, technically the slower it charges. Right now, I'm getting 9 kilowatts off of my Grizzl E charger, so I'm pretty happy than that. We'll start the clock down at 1:30, and we'll come back at 2:30 to see how many kilowatts that we've soaked up of. Let's talk about the Equinox battery for a little bit. It's an 85 kilowatt battery, so it's got a decent amount of storage, which gives you total mileage of about 400 kilometers in 80% state of charge. It's got a nominal voltage of, I think, about 288 volts, which makes it a bit of a slower performer in terms of charging. Not super slow, but especially once you get above 50%, 60%, it does tend to slow down a fair bit. It is got a nominal charge rate of 150 kilowatts. So again, in its best state at the lower range, the lower end of the charge state, you can get 120, 130, 150 sometimes kilowatts out of it. But it's not as fast as some of the newer technology. It's got a standard lithium-ion battery, a nickel metal construction. So it is a good battery in an economical car. The Equinox is known as being one of the more economical SUVs in the EV range. So it performs well, especially for the price point that it is in. We're coming up on the 1 hour point. We started this process off at 1:30. And we're presently 49%. So we've seen about a 10% increase in our battery life so far. Can we get to 50% in the next minute that we have? Presently charging at 6 kilowatts. It was charging at 8 kilowatts up until a few moments ago. So it maintained that charge rate for quite a while. Dropped down to 6, now dropping down to 5. You can see it brushing against the 5 kilowatt mark. As the battery gets warmer and as more electricity, more electrons are packed into that battery, it will slow down. Still at 49%. Do we have a countdown coming on? There we have it, 2:30. But we still haven't got to the 50% point. I was cheering on that 50%, but it didn't quite happen. So you can see the current charge rate here on our display screen. I have the maximum charge set to 85% at this point. and it would be at that point at 6:15. So if we were looking at the clock starting at 1:30 with 39%, it would take us a little less than 5 hours to get up to the 85% range. So good information to know if you're looking at a quick charge or what you can get. So there we have it. The 1 hour charge got us about 10%. I was cheering on that 50% mark, but it didn't quite click in. But it's a good challenge, good to know if you ever needed a rapid charge or a quick charge in the afternoon, that you can expect to pick up about 10% battery life in the Chevy Equinox. Many other cars would probably be about in the same ballpark. That might be a test you want to try in your own vehicle, just for the comfort of knowing exactly what's possible if you needed to get a charge in a short order of time.